This is Brian and Sarah Garden. How you doing? I made a video earlier. If you see, it will be two videos updating the same day. Um, and I did a little quick update, even on my Instagram. Um, my white Spanish onions. And I don't know, I felt like lifting them up, make sure there was not rooting out. And this one here was showing some roots coming out of its place. So I decided it's time to bury them and allow the roots go down. Eventually this will get wet, deteriorate, and go away before it can even produce its ball of onion. So with that ado, let's not disappoint it, and let's go ahead and put it in the ground. I'm new with this, like I said in the beginning. I am new in gardening, and I mean, I'm not new. I've been gardening since I was a little kid, but I'm new of doing the things correctly. I used to just do whatever and hope it survives, and I learned that that's the wrong way to do it. You should do it correctly. But I also believe in testing the limitations of if you're gardening. For instance, I'm supposed to plant this in spring. It's actually fall. And the reason why I planted it fall, because I live in Florida. We really don't have any cold days here. Only the northern part of Florida we have some cold. Usually, but central and south Florida, we don't get that much cold weather. We really don't. So, without ado, let's keep on planting. That was the only one that actually showed some roots coming out of the container. And I'm only doing it just because I don't want to wait until it starts popping out like crazy and then have a hard damaging the roots. So I just rather just go ahead and do it from now. And just plant it in. Tap the dirt around. And you're wondering, well, wouldn't that affect the onions from growing because it's holding back? The thing is, I have worms in here, red wigglers, and they'll take their job serious and they'll eat that off of it. And by the time the plant decides to make that ball, the onion ball, it's going to be already deteriorated and eaten by the worms. So I'm really not stressing over that. I got how many? 5. So I'll put one right here in the middle. There's some worms right. There's a worm right there. I'm trying not to kill it. It's right there. You can see it. And I went back in, but yeah, that is another sign that I do have worms in there. And even though they can escape, because if you look at this pot, I made holes, 2 in this side and 1 in this side, for it can breathe and it can drain its water. I don't want it to drain completely. I do want it to be able to hold a little bit of the water, so I don't have to water it so much, so that when the roots come, they can suck it out, and when it dries out, then I'll water it again, fills up a little bit, and then let it dry out on its own. And usually I don't have to water for maybe about a week or 2, depending on the temperature of the outside. But since it's already fall, I doubt it's going to be any hotter than what it is in the 90s. So, and y'all probably wondering, well, that's not cold at all. But in Florida, it gets in the high 90s in the summer, and humidity, so it brings it up to like 110, 120, 130, depending on the time of month. July, August is our hottest month. Month? My English is terrible. Wait a minute. 2, 3. Oh, I have 6. Oops, I shouldn't have put that in the middle. Well, you think you can do any better, cameraman? I just pop it out. No big deal. I don't have no roots. I'm not damaging anything. See, even me, I make mistakes. My son considers me a what, Joseph?
A wise man.
A wise man. Why you consider me wise?
I don't know, because you know a lot.
I don't know that much, but I like to do, I like to experiment. This is just an experiment. See if, here in Central Florida, you can start your onions even in the fall. So, that's my experiment. If no one likes it, well, it's kind of not too bad. Right?
Yeah.
I'm the one growing my plants here. So I'm just put the soil next to the carton, just enough so that it can make it nice and wet. You know, what's all that junk is around your soil? Isn't that? Well, guess what? I like to break my plants and put it underneath the dirt. They can break down on its own. And some things takes longer than usual. But that's another way to feed your plants. It's more food, and plus I have worms in there, and they need to eat. They can't starve, obviously. So yeah, so you're gonna see some roots in there, and I don't care what people got to say about that. As long as I'm happy, it's my experiment. So what can people criticize? It's my. Now, if you give me a comment that is criticizing, but with helpful criticism, then I'll be happy to accept it, learn from it, and maybe not the next time I won't make that same mistake. So now I'm going to plant my last one. I'll put it right here. What?
Another one bites the dust.
Yes, another one bites the dust, my son. Yes, my son is the camera guy for now. My wife is still in Philippines, and she'll be here by October 31st. So we'll be doing the thing together, me and her. But for now, it's just me. Why did I plant something here in the middle? Like I said, you can. I have worms in there, and I don't believe in making them starve. Even though they have plenty of food. But if you can see, I made this worm tower. Usually go inside the dirt. I didn't like it because when it was time to remove the casting, it was nice and wet and hard to take out and gooey, and the worms will be hanging out halfway out, and I didn't want to break them in half. So what I do is I usually fill it up and then upside down and then just leave it in there like that. So the middle is going to be used for that, for the onions to be able to expand and also bring back the nutrients into the ground and make sure that they feed off of it and become very good, healthy onions. Now, how many is going to survive in here? I don't know. I'm hoping all six of them survive. We'll have to wait and see. Now, I still have a few Grab one out for him to make it easy for him to look at. This is not a onion. This is actually recao. It's a Spanish plant that we use to season our beans and our meat and make sofrito. It also seasons our food. And these take forever to germinate. So I may not even see anything about maybe a month or two from now. So we may not, we may not have any updates for that. At least two is just empty that I'm going to actually use to plant some red onions. And I may use the red onions on that plant where it's at right there. And the reason why I'm going to use that one right there because I'm giving that plant away to somebody else. So that's going to be gone. I actually trimmed its branches. It was a lot bigger. But I'm going to give it to my friend and do what I'm going to do over there with the Asian celery that I planted in that carton. I'm waiting to as they sprout, just go ahead and start planting them into that pot. And grab some worms from my worm bin and throw them in there as well. We'll see, because there's a lot of plants, maybe not. I just maybe just keep throwing castings in there. Well, that's pretty much it with my my video. It was a simple video. I saw that they're growing their roots. I thought it would be a good idea to show you the one and only update. I won't update this anymore until maybe a couple months from now. Maybe a couple weeks, couple months, we'll see. If I see something great, then yes. Maybe in 11 months, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how much I'll wait and show an update. I just want to, be able to show you that there's progress in my what I call patio gardening. And like I said, when I move out, I'll have more rooms, so we won't be taking this with us. So this whole patio will just be full pots of things that we're going to be growing to eat. And then when we get our house, then we'll have a nice yard gardening going on. And then I really have a lot of updating to do. So anyway, this is Bryant and Sarah Gardening. Have a wonderful day. If you like this video, please hit like. If you don't, thumbs down. And subscribe, because we're going to have plenty more videos to show. We got plenty of plants that needs updates, and things, something new happens, we will definitely be showing to everyone. Have a great day and a wonderful day. Peace out.